$100,000 a year. In Australia, that number used to sound like success. Now, for a lot of people, it just feels like pressure because there's a strange financial trap happening right now where middle-income Australians are earning too much to receive support, but still not enough to feel financially safe. And the worst part? Most people feel embarrassed talking about it because from the outside, $100,000 still sounds like good money. But behind closed doors, many people are still stressed about rent, mortgages, childcare, bills, and everyday expenses. This is called the middle income cliff. And quietly, more Australians are falling into it every year. Now, before anything else, let's simplify what this actually means. The middle income cliff happens when your salary becomes high enough that government support slowly disappears, but your real world expenses are still extremely expensive. So suddenly, family tax benefits reduce, childcare subsidies shrink, some financial support disappears completely, but your actual life? That doesn't suddenly become cheaper. Your rent is still high, your mortgage still hurts, groceries are expensive, insurance costs rise, fuel costs rise, school expenses rise, and if you live in certain Australian suburbs, the pressure can feel even heavier because some areas quietly create expensive lifestyles without people even noticing. Better schools, higher expectations, more upgrades, more pressure to keep up, and over time, even middle-income earners start feeling financially trapped. Not because they're irresponsible, not because they're lazy, but because modern Australian living has become extremely expensive in ways people didn't expect. And honestly, this creates one of the strangest emotional situations financially. You work hard, you earn more, people assume you're doing well, but internally, you still feel anxious every month, still checking your bank account carefully, still calculating expenses before buying things, still feeling stressed when unexpected bills appear, and slowly, you start asking yourself something uncomfortable. If this is what $100,000 feels like, then what actually counts as financial comfort anymore? That question is becoming more common across Australia, especially for people stuck in the middle, because lower income struggles are visible, wealthy lifestyles are visible, but middle income pressure, that often stays hidden. And maybe that's why this problem feels so mentally exhausting. You're expected to feel successful already, so when you still feel pressure, you almost feel guilty talking about it. But the reality is, financial pressure doesn't disappear just because your salary sounds impressive on paper, especially when the cost of living keeps rising faster than people emotionally expected. And this is where many Australians fall into another trap. They think, maybe I just need to earn more. But then income rises and lifestyle costs rise with it. Bigger rent, more expensive suburbs, higher expectations, more spending that slowly starts feeling normal. And suddenly, even a higher income stops feeling powerful. Now, this doesn't mean earning $100,000 is bad. Obviously, it's still a strong income compared to many people. But this video is about understanding something important. Income alone no longer tells the full story in Australia because two people earning the exact same salary can live completely different financial realities depending on where they live, family situation, housing costs, childcare pressure, and lifestyle expectations around them. That's why more Australians are starting to focus less on looking wealthy and more on feeling financially stable. Less unnecessary pressure, less comparison, more intentional spending, more emotional peace. Because honestly, a lot of people are no longer chasing luxury, they're chasing relief. And maybe that says everything about the current financial reality in Australia. So here's a real question for you. At what salary do you personally think life in Australia actually starts feeling comfortable now? Or do you think rising costs just keep moving the goalpost every year? Comment honestly, because a lot more people are feeling this pressure than most realize. And if you've also noticed how certain Australian suburbs quietly increase financial pressure and lifestyle expectations, watch this next, because your environment may be affecting your money more than you think.